E3.
So we then see the guy with the tape recorder, and we hear the playback happening. You know, we saw the rim of the earth melt, and then there was a tornado in the sky, and, you know, it's the slurry. They're just replaying the scene she had with Hassan earlier.
And by the time we get into this, it's very apparent that they're replaying it. That we're tapping back into what has transpired previous to this.
And they should have had Zira be a little bit more surprised to hear that, because as far as we know, she's never heard a recording of her own voice, so she should be like, wait, you know, that's me.
Yeah. But I don't know how much time you can stop down for them, you know, being surprised by these type of things and whatnot, because we're trying to be economical with the story and get ahead. You're absolutely right, though. You would think that would be the case. And with how curious she and Cornelius are, you'd almost imagine they'd go, hang on, I want to see this little device and look at it.
How does it work? How are you replaying what I said yesterday?
Right.
Well, they originally have it as a wall speakers from where the audio was coming from, but we don't really need to see a wall speaker for this particular moment. It's just in the room. You see a recorder, and you don't need you don't need to see the speaker.
The thing that hits me, and I hate to get into being a former television technical person, but watching that tape deck, I thought, really, that's the tape deck that we have here. That's a rather fancy one. You would have more of a field tape kit to play back here. That's me picking at details.
And nits.
Yeah, nits.
So they're at a table. Cornelius and Zira are on the front side of the table. The E1 is seated to the side of the table. He's operating a sinister lamp beside them that turned it on. There's a microphone in front of Zira and Cornelius. Obviously, they're going to be recorded for this moment. The other agent is in a corner of the room, standing at what appears to be a desk that has a tape recorder as well, that he's playing Zira back. Is this the moment we see Hasline in this minute? We do. There's this kind of weird moment. Hasline's on the other end of the table, behind the desk. He's seated kind of casually behind the desk. So he's kind of listening to all this. So there's just basically three people in the room besides Zira and Cornelius.
And he's still very much in shadow, which, you know, adds to his ominous tone.
Yeah.
Now, this is when the Amazon player decided to give me the note that Eric Braeden did not particularly care for the character of Hasline. He felt him to be more of a caricature than anything else. But he loved working with Don Taylor, Roddy, and Kim. So he enjoyed the experience. But I thought, man, you're chewing this up. How are you not liking this experience? Because you're having a lot of fun with it. And sometimes in these type of films, isn't that half of the fun is just giving in to
being the heavy?
Yeah. Being the bad guy. Even in the shadow, he is so ominous that you just kind of know, oh, dude, really, you're kind of scary. And also, the man has the longest fingers I've ever seen in my life. He was doing this, and I went, oh, good Lord, it's like Jack Skellington suddenly.
I had noticed that. But I do notice his hand is kind of casually up on his face the entire time, like he's very relaxed during this interrogation. You know,
he's very analytical in that way.
There's only a couple of moments that'll come up where you actually see him kind of lean in, but otherwise he's just kind of sitting back, taking it all in, letting it record. They're playing this back. The E1 says, it's your voice, isn't it? And Zira's like, how can I tell? I don't remember. Why don't you remember? Because Dr. Hasline made me drunk. And I just love that accusation. Like, this is not who I am or what I was. How can I recount this moment? Because I was under the influence and somebody put me there. I do want to take a moment to just admire 1970s E1 actor's mustache. This mustache is just it's very 1970s.
Can we see that you're going to grow that mustache?
I will do that for the next podcast. I will grow that little mustache for you.
Love it.
But it is just full on. My whole lip is just going to be covered by hair. And I'm going to cut it off right at the corner of the mouth. I don't know. It's just, it's a ridiculous 1970s charming mustache that is not fancy. It is just there.
Let's have mustache talk for 2 seconds.
All right.
We've all, at times, Sean keeps his facial hair.
Yeah.
Richard and I have grown beards throughout this. Can you stand it when the hair laps over your lip?
No, I trim it. I'll get a little trim out cut on it. Does everybody? Everybody trims it, don't they?
I don't.
You have. Okay, I'm sorry.
I mean, how do you think people get long mustaches? They don't trim.
It bugs the absolute living crap out of me. I never shave all this down just because I hate being smooth. Mm-hmm. But even when I wear it just as stubble as I do, I still go and
Those
trim
little
all my
hairs
lips.
like right along there. Do they get softer at some point? Is that what it is?
Yeah,
And it's like
just don't bother you.
Well, my wife doesn't say so. She just, go shave.
Just get a comb and comb it out of the way.
And that is the Minute of the Apes mustache talk for this week.
Our sartorial
episodes. E1 agent is very nicely trimmed over his lips. So you can see his full upper lip because it just stops right at the ridge. But it is a thick, thin, it's a thick. I don't know how to describe it.
It's a mustache.
It's a mustache.
In fact, when we refer to it, it has to be mustache.
Mustache.
All right, that's the end of my notes. You seem to have something, Sean.
So why are they putting so much weight in the fact that Zero said all this stuff when she was drunk? Because people say a lot of stupid things when they're drunk and they don't always mean it, or that they can be making up stuff. And
yeah, but it brings in the fear and paranoia that Hasline already apparently has deep within his veins, that he feels as though there is some impending doom, and I guess by circumventing that, he can keep us from annihilation.
What I find interesting about the statement we close on with E1 saying to Zero, "Why did you tell something to Dr. Hasline when drunk, which you never told the commission when sober?" And then he gives her the answer, because you and your husband were afraid for the safety of yourselves and your unborn child? ? That statement should have come from Zero.
Right.
Not from
That's
the
a good
agent.
point.
The agent basically said, I'm going to ask you this question and I'm going to give you the answer.
As though you're
sane,
somehow
rational,
incriminating.
reasonable answer. Yeah. I was expecting to lead somewhere a little more darker than just the here's the obvious answer to the question.
Right. That's a good point. I hadn't really thought about that.
It's that whole Robert Evans stick of asking a question and then answering it himself. Was he tired? No. Was he going to go to the party? Of course. Would he stay all night? Never.
I want to do a whole episode where Sean speaks just like that.
Robert Evans?
Yeah, you just summarize everything by answering every question you propose.
Ask the question and answer it.
So the cool thing is, again, this film at this point is developing another layer of the onion. It is definitely taking us in a place we had not expected when we had such a light and comical tone after the first bit of the film. So that leaves us. We're headed to Minute 52 tomorrow.
Yep.
I'm not going to housekeep on the end since we sort of kept. Is it house kept?
We were house kept people.
We're house keeping.
Yes.
Okay, we're house keeping. Anyway, we'll leave it there for Richard and Sean. I'm Todd. Everyone have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye everybody.